their identity right now, what they're strongest at playing is when they have a snowball, right? And I think that's something that really is helpful in this current metagame. But I think that Bigatron Alpha can completely shut it off, right? If they do play a slower scaling style of composition, just focus on the fundamentals, and that will get you to that critical mass on time at the 8 to 9 minute of the game.
The fact that FLSG, despite having that snowballing strength, they still managed to play from behind, which is pretty rare. At least with this roster, the Loi is now open. Right? We see what Courtesy could do, and I know FLSG most likely will lean towards that Loi first pick.
Yeah.
As we give Suyo over to Super Ken, and now Hades will have to start thinking of a third jungler option. No Lucas, no Joy.
Why not pick the Granger first pick? Because there's been so
it's Granger Suyo.
Yeah, Granger Suyo then.
Bongsi is shaking. He's like, not again. He's
again.
gonna first blood me again. I gotta remember which side of the bush did he appear from and then blasted me down. I can't let that happen once more.
Should I play Layla? Just
yeah.
Play Layla. Check that bush straight from the get-go. I mean, that's one way of playing it. However, it's really, really immobile. And I think as soon as you get caught by literally anything, you're dead. And Harith just significantly better.
I think it's a one-to-one trade on that gold lane, but he needs to play it safe right now. If they give easy kills over to Iman, then it's all over right from the get-go. And I still hope, like right now, FLSG, I know they don't have the hopes and dreams of going to the playoffs, but like take this as a very good opportunity to try to show your prowess, at least take a game off of Bigatron Alpha.
I think they're forced to go for the Hayabusa, because I was thinking it could be an angle for JPL Cho, right? You kind of take that away from BTR. And compared to a Jawhead, I think you definitely would prefer that Cho a bit more in the long run.
Yeah, I agree.
Hilda's open as well, so they could put Hilda.
I think it'd be, if Bigatron Alpha want to play safe, sure, they go for Hilda. I think the Phoveus.
That's a deny to Ken.
Exactly. Again, they're giving like so much respect as they want to be able to keep on ankle kicking Ken, but I think Ken has shown that he can play okay from behind depending on what he gets. On the high loss, I think he was playing completely okay. First day of SPS, probably still kind of, finding the mojo. I think day number 2, he's really coming to himself.
Yeah.
This case might be looking at a glue ban as well. I mean, we have seen it today, a couple of glue bans. So they start banning out the Hilda. Even though it wasn't Ken's most successful hero, still got to put some respect on it. Novaria ban, which is pretty interesting, right? Because both mid laners have played it at least once in the group stage.
But why?
I think it's just a vision play.
I think they're just worried about the whole artillery,
The vision.
And the vision, yeah.
Because of the version, you want to keep your bushes safe.
But OP did deal with it, right? OP, yeah, I think it's more of like it could be a sign of overthinking into the...
But that's OP. This is Bigatron Alpha.
No, this is
different.
This is
you
one
don't
of
know
those
how they operate.
This is one of those scenes where Courtesy is like, guys, I'm nasty on the Novaria, therefore they're nasty on the Novaria. End of story, You're banning out things that you believe is going to be strong. They at least get rid of the Farsa alongside it. Now this forces Bigatron Alpha to really think about it, because if they do decide to be like, okay, let's just pick the Farmist so they can't pick the glue, then they're in a little bit of trouble, because once they clump up too close together with the Nether Realm, guess what? You're going to get blasted by the duality from the Yin Yang overturn.
Tricky spot right here. Might be going to a Cho again just to disrupt things. But yeah, there's the Cho.
Yeah, I think it's just a wiser choice, because you don't want to risk giving it over to FLSG.
Yeah, JPL plays a Lee Min Cho as well.
Though they could look at a Tigreal. I mean, it's also on a JPL's heroes. Tigreal, Jawhead is still around if he wants that. He played high loss too.
I was thinking, just go back to the Jawhead. Like the Jawhead was doing pretty okay, but
the Badang. They take both of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now it can be flex. Like Badang and Hylos both can be EXP and roam. So it just depends on what they want to do. I feel
like I much prefer the Badang roam in this case.
Actually
Badang XP.
Badang XP, Hylos roam would be much better. Because JPL is more comfortable with Hylos. Looking at yesterday's game, I think, yeah, give JPL the high loss.
I agree.
Light be like, check out my Phoveus robe. They'll never see this one coming, guys.
Granger Rome.
Granger Rome.
Granger all tank Rome.
I think
with
that
the concussive. Nah, I'm just playing.
I think that it makes sense for Badang to
Cecilion?
actually go into the EXP lane. I think Cecilion's totally fine here.
Aurora isn't that bad too, I think.
Could go with a utility. Yeah, Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Aurora is totally fine if you're scared.
Aurora is fine if you're few.
Yeah. That's only... look, I think that the composition coming in from Bigatron Alpha looks totally fine, very similar to what we saw in the previous game. FLSG, on the other hand, let's see whether this Badang is going to be able to make the difference, right? Because we need to see that big engage, like 2-3 people into the fist crack. That's what we want to see.
Does very well with the yin yang overturn as well.
Yeah, the duality, right?
Yeah.
I would say that this is definitely a planned decision for Flash Singapore to give away the 2 picks that essentially carried the entire game to for BTR, right? Like both only died once, double-digit kills, 80% of the total kills that BTR had in Game 2. Let's see if they have a solution to it in Game 3, final game between BTR and Flash SG. Stage is yours, gentlemen. Let's see, best team win.
Thanks, Husky. Now, BTR, this time, they're coming back. They've already had a huge lead in the previous matchup. They want to show that they are going to stand above the rest. But Flash SG are still, despite not being able to qualify for the playoffs, they want to play for mass respect on the blue side as they take on their opponents. Bigatron Alpha once again on the red side.
Taking words out of my mouth. It's all about understanding. You're gonna play for respect, take down Bigatron Alpha, and that's what Singapore is playing for. Bigatron Alpha, though, on the other hand, I think their lineup is very comfortable to them, but looking at how Flash Singapore is rotating around, look at the top side, though. You see Curtisi already up there. Flicker already used up by Oman, so they're pushing the pressure. It's a weak loss by GPL. Light looking to mount him up by JPL, keeping himself alive with the Revitalize.
Very early Revitalize as well. These early rotations coming in from Flash Singapore, they're trying to create openings and more importantly, alleviating the pressure coming out from Bongski's side. He knows that it's a difficult matchup against the Granger, and regardless, Hades, he's going to take his time. He's not going to be able to snowball until he starts hitting level 4. On the opposite side, it's not much. It's just a sandbag contest, and you don't expect Ken to get too involved into these matches until he hits level 4. More importantly, once he gets his Thunder Belt.
Light is such a smart player. Right now, he is mirroring what JPL likes to do, especially in the first game with his Gatot. Just sitting in the jungles, identifying where Hades is at all times, but look at the bottom side. Supercam making the first rotations down. Doesn't see JPL as of now. The Shadow will latch onto Luke. Waiting onto that Shadow kill, but he won't be able to commit. It's a passive move by Flash Singapore.
Yep. And more so, Bigatron Alpha are just trying to, bait and switch as much as they can.
Oh, Light with a knockup onto Curtisi. The concussive blast won't be enough to take him out, but that's a pixel if I ever seen one.
Yep, and that does mean that Curtisi is going to miss out his level 4. He's not going to be walking back up to that wave, because if he does, he's dead. However, on the opposite side, Super Ken getting chunked out hard by Ken. That's what you want to see as first blood falls into the hands of Luke.
Oh, the turtle goes over the hands of Flash Singapore. He gets that steal, gets 2 members down as well, but nice little fist crack, try to push away Super Ken from the turtle pit. That's the power of the Badang right here.
Yeah. Ken, he was able to get... I mean, both the XP defenders are playing very, very well. However, there is going to be this initial proxy.
Ooh, here comes Hades, though. With Shadow Kill onto Luke. Not enough damage to take him out. One more hit will do it.
He tried. Proxying the wave did come at a cost. Now, keep in mind that when we look at the emblems, Luke is opting to go for the Concussive Blast rather than the Brave Smite. It's all about lane priority. He wants to show up to these fights earlier than his counterpart Badang because he knows that Ken is eventually going to start farming Thunderbelt stacks off of him, so he wants to minimize his time in lane. Yeah,
Luke's been playing a heck of a game in the previous round where he was the enabler, he was the protector of Amon, but it's still the early game. He needs to maintain the wave priority on his side as Ken is outplaying that bottom side.
Well, in the meantime, we've seen that the mid trios are being very proactive on the map. Hades goes back onto his current jungle path, which is orange, into that purple buff. And the gold lane has basically been left untouched, right? We haven't seen too much interaction other than Curtisi blowing Iman's flicker early on. After that, he has not shown back up into that lane.
There's a little bit of an anime battle down here, but with the version play, will it be on time though? Hades up the Shadow, will not reach his mark, but now cancel by the flicker. Smart move by Luke.
Nicely done.
Oh, the alley-oop over on that bottom side. Yep. Super Ken was just waiting.
He was waiting for those shadows, and now JPL unable to kind of cover him at this point of time. Really good stuff coming in from BTR. Luke understanding that there is a bit of a buffer time for the Oki shadow kill to actually happen.
Top side, Light Flying a little bit of pressure onto Bongski. Don't want to get him ahead too much as the Lord spawning up at this point. Supercan already in position. They're waiting on to Hades. I don't think Supercore has what they have in them to contest for this one. They have the diversion, but will they want to use it?
Actually, they can. They did bring Madame pretty nearby. All they got to do is just lock Supercan down long enough for Hades to go for the steal. Oh,
Carpet's already out. JPL zoning out Moreno. Forced to use the Bat Swarm. Oh! Nice little flicker. They canceled the kick over, and Light's left all alone. They take down one, but Luke is there causing mayhem on the backside. Take out Curtisi, looking for more, and Luke still alive on this one. 1 piece on health. He is not afraid. He is still going. Lukey Luke, you might not flip bottles, but you can flip tables.
Oh, he's used all his bottle flipping luck in game rather than outside of game. Big mistake coming in from Flash Singapore. All just soaking up, getting nice and cozy.
Wait a second right here. Moreno caught in the spot. Bother right there. Away from the map though. Unable to survive, but just barely. Here comes Super Ken yet again.
No way.
Blocking out all escape paths. Kent hungry for blood. Using fist crack his last ditch effort to take Moreno out, but he gets taken out instead.
Oh goodness, this is starting to just devolve into chaos at this point. 5.7k lead coming in from Bigatron Alpha. We've seen Flash Singapore even out the scores, but without that mid-tier 1, it's going to be a little hard to do so since it's only been 5 minutes and 47 seconds into this game already, and they can't fall back into making bad habits. One of those bad habits is clumping up when Luke is right on top of him. Do not give him more value.
Man, this guy has so much confidence in his abilities. He was at like one more hit away before he fails, but he just keeps going. And Bigatron Alpha, I think they find out the pattern already. They know where Curtisi is coming. They're getting concealed play. Light leading charge. Luke trying to make something happen. Especially for playing very passive on this one. They don't want to risk anything too much.
Beautiful stuff coming here from BTR. I think they probably could have walked up a little bit further to secure this tier 2. However, it's still 6 minutes, 30 seconds into the game, so there is that bit of protection, giving it more stats. So BTR don't want to waste too much time. They're just hoping to see if Flash Singapore is going to overextend.
This Hayabusa is starting to become a non-factor in Bigatron Alpha's eyes. Taking down most of the objectives, 7,000 gold lead in the 7-minute mark. Oh! They found a mark onto Bongski. Unfortunate, so unfortunate.
He did not react fast enough at all. He saw the Sanguine Claw. He still has his Purify. He thought, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Gets knocked up instantaneously, and then it was too late.
He got, crushed on by 3 members of Bigatron Alpha. And 1 more minute till the Lord spawns up. Bigatron Alpha looking hella strong, wiping out all of the turrets. The map is looking really red.
Yeah, but they're trying to make sure that they're not making too many mistakes here, right? They're not overextending as much as they did in game. Oh,
Luke a little bit too middle of his crack, tries to lock him down in place, can't escape. The Glorious Pathway just to block out all entrance. Smash Singapore tries to barely take down one.
That was not intentional coming in from Luke. He just wanted to get a free stack, He just wanted to use the demonic force. He didn't expect Hades to quickly use Quad Shadow and send him into the enemy team.
Light understands. They see Light. They want to try to collapse onto him. Finds that diversion play. Going on to Light, the conceal play, JPL can't do much. Gets a stun up. Light is just delaying his inevitable doom unless...
Gets out. He had to use Conceal as well as his Flicker. That's a lot of resources and a free tier 2 on the opposite side of the map. So Light, again, the fact that he's able to bring 3 people, the whole team's attention to the bottom side of the map is a pretty big deal for Bigatron Alpha. Ideally, they would have liked to take the mid tier 2 as well, but hey, they've already got one on the top side of the map.
Yeah, but that buys a lot of time for Amon. He's been busy taking down T2's top. So that's an open lane for the Lord that's spawning up in 30 seconds.
Big shmoneys for him. Big shmoneys. 3 items already complete with the Malefic Roar on top of it, and now looking for a 4th item. Oh boy, let's see how Flash Singapore is going to try to find that surgical engagement. We're hoping to find it sometime soon, but even so, they got to catch him on. Somehow, they got to catch Moreno as well. It's not going to be easy unless they are purely focused on trying to take this Lord away. Then they're looking at Super Ken, the Ken into the Super Ken matchup. He's just got to lock him down.
look, it's so difficult for Curtizi at this point, just because Biggest Alpha knows that they're going to use that version where they're just going to peer behind us, so let's just watch our backs, and it's not going to be a problem. Iman and Moreno, they're in the middle. They're not playing from behind, and that's the tricky part about Flash Singapore's diversion now.
Yeah, and more importantly, they still have their mid-tier 1, and that's a guaranteed safe spot for BTR, so that's why they're hovering around it very often.
Oh, they find JPL, but he's going to prance away. Straddle away, but the diversion play is coming through. Light, they don't see this. They don't know where anyone is. JPL holding a mark on the backside, though.
Oh, they baited it!
Cross onto Hades, taking a little bit too much damage. The fist crack locks out 4, but it's not enough as Ken goes down. Amon takes down another. There's 2 members down for Flash Singapore. They're leading the charge. Make that 3. Hades, oh, that's a maniac. They want to go for the Savage.
Give it to him!
Savage of the SPS Season 6. Well done to Amon.
Hell yeah, Bigatron Alpha wiping the entire team out. There is no holy defense here. Iman gets a savage in this game and will take the first inhibitor as well.
They might end this off right now.
They can't.
Oh,
Everybody
okay.
is spawning. The next minion wave is coming out soon.
Still be patient. Still be patient.
gotta be
Yes,
patient.
got a savage, but don't let that get to your head.
Exactly. We saw what happens in game 1 and 2 where they disrespect their opponents and get a little sloppy, right? So that's why they're trying to keep this game nice and crisp, nice and clean.
Got a Sky Piercer, so that's a hefty stack if I ever seen one.
He's
It's
max.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
it's a big boy. Just one more kill, he might have been max stacks already.
Huge. At this point, 4-16. They've got the checkmate angle as well. 12k ahead of their opponents. With the Lord pushing in and a missing inhibitor, they can do whatever they want here as long as they don't clump up too close for Ken to make the play of a lifetime.
Bigatron Alpha, they've been in this position before, struggling to close these games out. The boom has already been popped as the Lord marching on the top side, struggling to take down these T3s, Flash Singapore to desperately defending any saving grace for Flash Singapore at this point, Gideon.
I mean, they need BTR to group up very, in their cores especially, to get as close as possible so that Ken can catch them all with a single ability. That's what they need to happen. Oh my god!
Oh, they knocked down Ken though. Their dreams all gone as Amon shuts him down as well. A lot of damage onto Light. It looks like it's over. 4 members down, a wipeout, and wiping Flash Singapore's dreams of a playoff in the SPS. A victory goes over to Bigatron Alpha.